severe conduction velocity. It could be also severe axonal loss causing also conduction velocity, let's say 40 meters per second. 40 meters per second could be both. Could be primary demyelination, not enough severe. Could be also primary axonal loss. Usually in CMT, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just was going to ask if you're sticking just to motor for a second, and we'll talk about this next maybe, and you have a delayed or reduced velocity, but the CMAP amplitude is normal, are you going to see any symptoms?
Yeah, you can. You can.
What would you see?
Muscle weakness. You can see. You're talking about the motor, correct?
So you're saying you'll see muscle weakness with a normal CMAP amplitude?
You can, because you can, and like you see in CIDP, for example. Normal CMAP amplitude. Let me give you what is normal definition. Let's say you have a median nerve. The normal in my lab is 4.5 millivolts and above.
Okay.
Let's say you study the left hand, for example, and your CMAP amplitude and your muscle weak, and your CMAP is, let's say, 5 millivolt. Okay, you said, oh, the CMAP is normal. Why I have weak hand?
Mm-hmm.
If you look now, if you go, let's say you didn't study the other hand, which is normal. The CMAP on the other hand is 12. So there's more 50% difference. So you see you can. So your normal CPAP doesn't mean that that there is no symptoms. So,
but the issue is it's still relatively low. It may not be low by some arbitrary criteria, but for that patient, it's low.
It's relatively low. But let me answer more of your question. Let's say the CMAP is 12, and the patient has a conduction velocity of 12 meters per second. Let's say, for example, and you see symptoms, yes. Even because the conduction velocity is slow. And by the way, this number 12.
Or CMT, or only in CIDP, for example?
For CIDP, you see it's acquired demyelination. So when you see the basically to better and explain, in CMT there is uniform demyelination. The whole nerve is affected. In CIDP, for example, which is acquired demyelination, the demyelination is patchy.
I see.
So which we see what is called dispersion. You see conduction block. You see this. In addition to the conduction velocity, you don't see usually conduction block in CMT. You don't see also dispersion in CMT. So even with preservation of CMAP amplitude, the patient could be symptomatic. And the reason you see there is what is called the motor unit remodeling, especially in demyelination. You said, and we do needle EMG. You see a lot of what is called fast firing. I see a lot of fast firing, nothing else but fast firing. Even patients who have been affected for 12 years, 15 years. And for me, at my experience, this is a sign of the remodeling of the motor unit. So basically, what does mean remodeling? It means that the healthy axon, will take over from the basically most affected axons. So you have motor unit, instead of innervating like 5 muscle fibers, it will innervate like 20 muscle fibers, taking over. That's an example, basically. So yes, you can have normal, near normal CMAP or a little bit low CMAP amplitude, and you could have symptoms. Basically, the iron, especially in demyelination disease, you see in demyelination disease.
Hello?
And the patient still walking. You see how come? And again, I cannot explain it, but you see the patient walking with no CMAP, with a zero answer. And this is probably because there is no conduction. There is so severe demyelination that you cannot see any response. Is it clear?
Yeah, but a little confusing, right? Because we're trying to set some rules.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, maybe these are the exceptions to the rule, so maybe we should establish what the rule is. So the rule, perhaps, is that in an axonal disease, you lose amplitude and you have weakness. In a demyelinating, primary demyelinating situation, you lose the myelination, you lose the nerve conduction velocity, and then typically you will lose CMAP amplitude before you see weakness. Is that correct?
Okay. No, you may see a symptom weakness even before the CMAP amplitude become abnormal.
Okay.
You may see that. Basically, the patient, they consult us when they have symptoms. Otherwise, then it will not come to us. So if they have numbness or mainly weakness in CMT or pain.
Well, let's get to sensory in a second. So if someone actually comes in with